What's going on, everybody? It's the pre-cap. Ryan McGuffey and David Kaplan here for you. Week 12 of the NFL. Week 12. Hard to believe. Actually, week 12 of the NFL. Chicago Bears have in here in first place. Their own destiny here. They do have the toughest schedule remaining with strength of schedule in the NFL, but let's not worry about that right now. This is about the Steelers and the Bears. And Aaron Rodgers will not play. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, Rye. Yeah, we just got back. We went and took our grandkids, Brett, me, Mindy. They wanted donuts, and then we went to breakfast at my spot at Espresso in Bannockburn, and then came back here, and I've been locked in on reading. I reported Friday that the Bears would be without all three linebackers. That turned out to be, unfortunately, true. And then I reported that Theo Benedict's not going to play, and that turned out to be true. Aaron Rodgers is out. Look, we all said, oh, Lamar Jackson's out. Here we go. And the Bears lost the game to the Ravens. So just because AR8 isn't playing does not mean you're going to win the football game. I think the Bears are going to win because I expect Caleb Williams to have a Dallas Cowboys-style game where he looks like he's in control of the offense. The weather is beautiful for a November 23rd football game. Great. Let's go. But he's got to play well. And then Ozzie Trapillo, who is not a left tackle, is being pressed into duty at left tackle because Benedict has been declared inactive. You just put Tremaine Edmonds on injured list. TJ Edwards is not back yet from hand surgery. Kyler Gordon and Jalen Johnson with a game on Friday. I was hoping they'd play today, but hoping they wouldn't play, if you know what I mean, because 5 days later, you got another game. You can't take a chance on knocking these guys out again, because if you do, they're done for the year. So we'll see where it goes. Find a way. That's all it is, man. You know my mantra. Find a way.
I'll say this, and I'm going to get to the chat here in a second, but This is what Vegas thinks about Aaron Rodgers playing versus not playing. The line didn't move much, maybe a half a point in the Bears' favor. Mm-hmm. It was 2.5, 3, 3.5, 3. It's at 3 right now. I don't think this football team takes a great step back without Aaron Rodgers, and I'm talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Last week, Mason Rudolph came in. He's fine. He's a pedestrian, journeyman, career backup. And good for him. He's made a 10-plus year career doing it. But I will say, let's not sit here and be like, well, it's Mason Rudolph and it's a Bears win. I don't believe that. I think it's going to be a dogfight. Those injuries on the Bears defense are significant. Jalen Johnson remains on the shelf. Kyler Gordon remains on the shelf. I think you and I both expect and knew kind of coming into this game with the Bears having a short week that those two guys are probably being ramped up for next week.
Agreed.
When you look at Black Friday. The Black Friday game. So you're without those two. You're with you and I at this point are playing linebacker for the Chicago Bears. And the Steelers just got healthier on defense too by getting Cam Hayward back and a couple of their other players that have been inactive or questionable at best the last few weeks. Mike Tomlin's about as good of a football coach in the NFL there is. Obviously, we've seen what Ben Johnson is. I expect this to very much look like some of the games we've been watching the last 3 weeks. I really do. I think it's going to come down to the end. I think Caleb does have to play well. We've seen what Caleb has done in terms of being able to get buy himself more time. And what I really like about Caleb, and one prop bet I really like today, Cap, is Caleb's rushing yards, because you mentioned Ozzie Trapillo on the left side. He's not a natural left tackle, and I think Caleb's going to have to be forced to step up and do some things with his feet today that is going to make him a weapon. I do think the Bears win the football game. We'll get to predictions later, but let's not sit here and say, like the real Phil Simms, they better not lose to Mason Rudolph. Simple as that. They would be losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, I was talking on X with the real Phil Simms, and he said that'd be a civic embarrassment. I disagree with him. That's a division-leading football team, and Mason Rudolph is a competent quarterback, but they've got weapons, big time. DK Metcalf, Jalen Warren, and then TJ Watt's a game wrecker, man. I mean, he can have
his brother's calling the game, and his brother's calling the game.
Super cool. He can have a game-wrecking sack that, oh, God, the ball's out and they've got the ball. That can happen because he's a Hall of Fame-bound player. So Just find a way. That's it.
Hey, some guy named Brett Kaplan has chimed in with, "Hey, Dad, I think Caleb has to lead the way today."
Brett Kaplan is a very smart, intelligent young man. He's over there playing with our grandkids, and
he's right.
He's got the game day on, and he is ready to go. He's locked in here on the precap, so he's all football. He's got his Caleb Williams jersey, his Bears 1920 hat on. He's ready to roll. So.
All right. I have a problem with King Zing 9865. I do. Because I've been talking about this all damn week, and I'm going to go ahead and do it again. The Bears are the best trash team in the NFL. Show yourself, King Zing. What the hell are you talking about? We're going to do this? Well, look at who they've beat. Cap, you know where I'm going here, right? You know exactly where I'm going.
Yeah, I do.
The teams, I'm so sick of hearing about who the Bears have beat. Have you looked at the New England Patriots? They're a really damn good football team, and Drake May leads about every quarterback's statistic this season, and Mike Vrabel is as good of a football coach. They've lost to the Raiders. They lost to the Steelers team. They beat the Dolphins. The Panthers are okay. They did beat the Bills, who maybe just be okay. They beat the Saints, the Titans, the Browns, the Falcons, and the Jets. So if we're going to sit here and talk about best trash team in the NFL, can we please look around the league and not have tunnel vision that the Bears haven't beat anybody? Because I guarantee you this right now, the Lions, the Packers, and the Vikings are doing this, Cap. When they look at the standings, they're looking up, my friend.
Correct. Go look at who Denver lost to the Raiders. I mean, King Zing is just, we'll agree to disagree with him. You're playing a division-leading Steelers team. I know that Minnesota walked into Detroit and beat them with J.J. McCarthy at quarterback. And I know the Bears went up there and beat them. So you can tell me all you want, King Zing, and I'll tell you I think you're way out of your mind.
Yeah, he's saying right here, dogfight with another shitty team. Fine. Have you watched the NFL? How many blowouts are there?
Shitty team that leads the NFC or the AFC North, leads the division.
No, put some respect on the name here. You got a quarterback that's gone up and down the field when it's mattered most and put your team in position to win the good football game. So haters going to hate. No, it's not about New England, King Zing, but I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to get off of your lawn here in a second because other people deserve to be heard. It's not about New England. But you have to, if you're going to sit around and look at this team and who they've beaten, I expect you to do the same throughout the league. T-Jax, unfortunately for you, Aaron Rodgers is out today. Aaron Rodgers is out.
Inactive. He won't even dress.
He won't even dress. Jeremy, happy Thanksgiving to you. Chuck, Caleb needs to start doing stuff with his arm. Cap?
I completely agree with him, but you cannot rely, Chuck, on the arm. I talked to someone on the team Thursday, and he said, Cap, the key to the game is being able to run the football to set up the pass. And when Caleb gets opportunities down the field, he's got to hit those. He's got to take advantage of those. But you have to be able, with that offensive line, Ozzie Trapillo, instead of asking you to block TJ Watt, I'm asking you to run block and do a really good job, which he does do. He's a good run blocker. The other four guys are playing at an elite level. Yep. Darnell Wright is playing at not a Pro Bowl level. He's playing at an all-pro level. Jonah Jackson playing like a Pro Bowler. Joe Tooney will be a Pro Bowler, and in the last 2 years has been first-team all-pro. And Dahlman's been very good at center. So that's why, Caleb, you've got to make plays when you get a shot. He's really good on the deep end. He has hit Colston Loveland and Luther Burden and DJ Moore. And Burden and Moore dropped him last week.
I was just going to say, and your receivers – no more excuses. Catch the football. You're getting a 50-degree sunny day at Soldier Field in late November. No more excuses. I was at the New York Giants game. It was pathetic. I was thinking about going down there and lacing up. Those balls are hitting guys in the breadbasket, hitting guys in the hands. Caleb's making throws. His stats would – I'm not making excuses for Caleb. He's had off games, but there have been games where his stat line doesn't meet the performance on the football field. Hector, take your breaks where you can get them and find a way to win a football game. Hey, look, the Steelers are on the other side right now going, look at that defense. That back seven has 5 starters out. So they're to your point, Hector, about breaks. The Steelers are getting a good break today too. They have three brand new linebackers. So yeah, they don't get Aaron Rodgers, they get Mason Rudolph. Well, Mason Rudolph has been almost a career Steeler. He understands the offense better than anyone. Kyle says November 23rd, and the Bears are still in first place. T-Jax is thinking the defense steps up and make plays. And if they do, it might be a couple of no-names. A couple of, I shouldn't say no names. That's not fair. But guys you would at least expect through. Bobby wants the Bears.
He wants the Bears put up 40 plus. I mean, how many teams in the NFL put up 40? I hope they do.
I agree, though, but I hear what Bobby's saying. Bobby's sitting there going, all these people chiming in with what the win looks like. We've been sitting here for the last 5-10 years going, oh, God, they've lost this game. Oh, they've lost 10 in a row. Oh, this team sucks. Regime change, coaching change. And we got people in here complaining about how they're winning. I don't get it. I don't.
Yeah, I don't either. It actually is just – I chuckle at them to be so ridiculous. They think that every team – on the schedule, you should beat 74-0.
Yeah, well, I guess like you just mentioned, go up and down the league and see who's blowing people out. Okay, teams you think are supposed to win or not, et cetera.
How about Buffalo?
I know.
How about the Chiefs?
Who's great in the NFL?
Great. I don't know if there is one. The best team, I think, is the Rams.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But you just said the answer I expected you to say. I don't think there is one because it's find a way to get in the dance, and then whatever. If a break goes your way, they go your way. Jeremy, to the people saying the Bears should essentially apologize for the teams they've beaten. With all the guys we have out, do you want the Steelers to apologize if they beat us today? Fact. Caleb, I don't think people are giving Dennis Allen enough respect for the production he's getting out of the D with so many guys out, 0 pass rush from an overpaid front four. That's a really astute comment there, Caleb.
I agree with him.
Let's look at some of the predictions from the fan base here. Eric is saying 27-24, find a way to get to 8-3. Simple as that. Kyle also 27-23. Cap and I are on the same page for the third week in a row. What else do we got here? Brett Kaplan and I see eye to eye. Cap, Brett has my prediction. I think the Bears win the football game 23-19. And look at what Brett put out there. Let's go.
23-19.
Yeah. That's where I'm at today. I think it's going to be a 23-19 game. A lot of people are thinking 27-24, 27-23. By the way, if you're a member, and I've seen a lot of you chime in on it, members only video is out. If you get the score prediction closest to the pin here, you can win a Chasing Greatness hoodie. It's on the members only. It's on the channel. So go, if you haven't commented and made a prediction yet, go do that. And if you're not a member, you could join right now and become a member and then put your prediction on there and get a hoodie. Make sure you put the team. Don't just put 27-24. Make sure you put 27-24 Bears, Steelers, et cetera, et cetera. You know how to go.
There you go. I said 27-23 is my pick. That's what I said. I think Caleb's going to play a really good football game. I'll be very disappointed if Caleb does not really look like, wow, that dude's in command.
TJX wants to know who are the Bears' competition in the NFC. I'll give you a quick answer to that. My right now, TJX, is handle your division. I mean, that's your competition. You got 2 against the Packers coming up. You got another one against the Lions. If you can handle your division, I think the rest takes care of itself. We can worry about the playoffs in the playoffs. Do I think the Bears are going to the Super Bowl in 2025? I do not. But if you can control what's in front of you, which is each week, and go 1-0, and I know that sounds so cliche, but that's exactly how Ben Johnson is dealing with this week to week with Caleb Williams, and I see Caleb Williams doing this. I do. And if you don't see it, turn on the tape, because the tape doesn't lie, man. There's some good film out there.
Yeah, there's a great article I would highly recommend everybody read. It is on Yahoo. It dropped, I think, Friday night. And it breaks down all the analytics of Caleb and everything about him. And it was very complimentary. And it said he's playing way better than he gets credit for.
Really good stuff. Cap sent that to me. I like how Becky rolls, Cap. She doesn't drink during the game. She only rewards herself if they win. So she wants to win so she can have the wine. I kind of like that. DA says, Guff, tell Cap his guy Aaron is soft. Take that.
Okay, that's a silly comment because Aaron is going to go to the Hall of Fame on the first ballot as one of the 6 or 7 or 8 greatest quarterbacks in the history of the sport. And that dude plays through injury. And by the way, he tried to talk the doctors into letting him play today, and they said no.
How about the report from Dan Graziano that he took a lap on the field and flipped off some Did you see this?
No.
He took a lap on Soldier Field. He arrived. 20 minutes after he arrived, he walked the entire perimeter of Soldier Field, and some cameras caught him and were following him, and he turned to the cameras and he flipped them off.
Oh, wow.
And at that point, there was still no report as whether he was playing. And they said that he flipped them off with his right hand, not his left. So,
Oh, wow. That's pretty awesome. I got to see a video of that.
Yeah, Bubs has been sick with the flu all week. All he needs is a Bears dub soup. I like that. No need to worry, Bears fans. The reindeer will still mess it up for the Steelers. Jess is a Steelers. She knows the Steelers inside and out. She's not a Mason Rudolph fan. Pablo, if Caleb goes off today and rips up the Steelers defense, we should be excited and not say, oh, but it's the Steelers. It would be like when Mitch Trubisky ripped up the Bucs. The Steelers are in first place.
Yes, the Steelers are in first in the AFC North. Now, will they be there when the season ends? I don't know. They certainly are looking for a victory today in a big way.
I would like TJX for this to be right. I would love a little Bears comfort food here. We haven't seen a game like, other than the Cowboys game, it has been cardiac Bears, which sometimes you are who you are. And this team knows how to take on that emblem. But I would like to have a nice little game, Cap, where we can kick our heels up and start picking the play of the game in the third quarter and not the final 3 minutes or 30 seconds like it always happens, my friend.
That is correct. So let's find a way. That is it, man.
Last comment here. I'd like to see the Bears keep up the win train going. I'd like to see my Hawks get back together at the UC 2 dubs. Sounds good for me. And Eric's final question for Cap. What's your prediction for Caleb Williams today? Give us a stat line, Cap.
For Caleb, I think Caleb throws for like 218 yards, couple of touchdowns, one to Roma Dunze. I think DeAndre Swift runs one in, and I think the Bears find a way to win the football game. I think the run game is a massive, massive part of today's game plan. You've got to absolutely run the football to set up some, obviously, some deep shot opportunities, and then you got to hit on them.
Well, we'll have the recap. Cap will have it for you, as always, when the game goes final. I got 23-19. Cap has
27-23 Chicago.
27-23 Chicago. I'll say this. If the Bears find a way to get to 8-3, the playoffs are a real thing. It comes if they 7-4 is a lot different than 8-3. The Bears would remain in first place with the Eagles coming up on a short week. And the sky's the limit for this football team, Cap. I think there's going to be a good things ahead, my friend.
That's it. Find a way, man. That's the mantra every day. Wake up, grab a cup of coffee, find a way to win a game.
Enjoy the game, everybody. For Cap, I'm Guff. It's been the pre-Cap. Let's get a Bears win and go to 8-3. Cap, bear down.
Bear down, baby. Let's go.